Assalamu alaikum. I am Dr. Junaid and I am Senior Registrar in Pediatrics at Rawalpindi Medical University. Today I am going to talk about the different Viva questions that can be asked in examination of precordium and the relevant. The students may be asked about what are the causes of tachycardia, what are the causes of bradycardia, what are the causes of relative bradycardia, what are the different types of pulses, what are the different types of murmurs, what are the grades of murmurs, what are the causes of systolic murmurs, what are the causes of diastolic murmurs, what are the causes of pansystolic murmur, what are the causes of ejection systolic murmur, what do you mean by pitch of a murmur, what is the character of a murmur, what is the intensity of murmur, what is radiation of murmur, which murmurs exaggerate on making the position left lateral, which murmur exaggerates on sitting up and leaning forward, which murmur radiates to the left shoulder, which murmur radiates to the neck, which murmur radiates to the axilla, and what are the causes of third heart sound, what are the causes of fourth heart sound, and what is apex beat, where apex beat is felt, what are the different types of apex beat, what is tapping apex beat, what is heaving apex beat, what is ill sustained heave, what is well sustained heave, then what are the causes of shift of apex beat, what are cardiac causes of shift of apex beat, what are non-cardiac causes of shift of apex beat, what are the causes in which apex beat is impalpable. Now let's talk about in detail about these Viva questions. When the examiner asks you about tachycardia, then you need to tell the causes of tachycardia include fever, thyrotoxicosis, anxiety, and heart failure, anemia, tachyarrhythmias. When the examiner asks you about the cause of bradycardia, then you need to tell about hypothyroidism, athletes, and heart block, and drugs like digoxin and raised intracranial pressure. When the examiner asks you about causes of relative bradycardia, they include enteric fever, hepatitis like viral infections, and meningitis with raised intracranial pressure. Then, when the examiner asks you about causes of shift of apex beat, the causes of shift of apex beat include the cardiac causes and the non-cardiac causes. The cardiac causes include the mitral regurgitation and the aortic regurgitation, and the along with hypertension and ischemic heart disease. And the non-cardiac causes of shift of apex beat includes the left lateral or sitting forward position of the patient, deformities of the chest, and pulmonary diseases. And then the examiner may ask you about what are the causes of impalpable apex beat. The apex beat can be impalpable when there is a thick chest wall, when there is dextrocardia, when there is emphysema, when there is pericardial effusion. Then the apex beat may be impalpable. Then he may ask you what are the causes of tapping apex beat. The tapping of apex beat is present when the first heart sound is loud, and that is mitral stenosis. When there is heave, it may be ill sustained, it may be well sustained. The ill sustained heave, when the heart has to eject large volume of blood, like in regurgitation, blood आगे जाने के बजाय पीछे आ जाता है, तो हार्ट को ज़्यादा ब्लड पंप करना पड़ता है, तो उसकी वजह से ill sustained heave आती है, like mitral regurgitation, like aortic regurgitation. And well sustained heave is when heart has to eject against high resistance, आगे resistance ज़्यादा है, like hypertension, like aortic stenosis. And then the examiner may ask you about what are the causes of soft heart sounds. When there is pericardial effusion, when there is emphysema, when there is thick chest wall, the heart sounds may become soft. The causes of loud P2 includes pulmonary hypertension, and the causes of loud S1 include mitral stenosis. About mitral stenosis, you need to know about 2-3 points. The cause of loud first heart sound is mitral stenosis. All the murmurs are high pitched except mitral stenosis. The murmur which exaggerates on left lateral position is mitral stenosis. So these are 3 points about mitral stenosis. The murmur which exaggerates to the left shoulder is of pulmonary stenosis. The murmur which exaggerates to the neck is aortic stenosis. The murmur which radiates to the axilla is mitral regurgitation. The murmur which becomes prominent when the patient takes left lateral position is mitral stenosis. The murmur which becomes prominent when the patient sits up and lean forwards is the aortic regurgitation and the pulmonary regurgitation, AR and PR. The murmurs of right heart, they increase in intensity during inspiration, and the murmurs of left heart, they increase in intensity during expiration. The murmurs of stenosis, they are harsh or they are harsh in character, and the murmurs of regurgitations, they are blowing in character. Then the examiner may ask you about the different grades of murmur. The different grades of murmur, there are actually 6 grades of murmur. In grade 1, the murmur is heard with extreme difficulty. In grade 2, the murmur is easily audible, but it's not loud. In grade 3, murmur is loud without a thrill. In grade 4, the murmur is loud with a thrill. Grade 3 without thrill. Grade 4 with thrill. Grade 5, it is loud, audible outside the precordium. In grade 6, it is audible even without stethoscope. The causes of pansystolic murmur include MTV. It's a mnemonic MTV channel, like music channel. MTV, mitral regurgitation, MR, TR, and VST. The causes of ejection systolic murmur. Ejection. The heart has to eject against a narrow passage. Ejection systolic murmur is produced. The heart has to eject against a narrow passage, like aortic stenosis, like pulmonary stenosis. About the causes of diastolic murmurs, not usually asked from the undergraduates, but from the postgraduates they may be asked. So the diastolic murmurs are further divided into mid-diastolic and early diastolic. The mid-diastolic causes of mid-diastolic include the mitral stenosis and tricuspid stenosis, whereas the causes of early diastolic include aortic regurgitation and pulmonary regurgitation. Then the examiner may ask you about the other relevant questions which are pertinent to the examination of the precordium, like is there any signs of infective endocarditis in your patient? Then for that you need to see whether there are JNV lesions, ossular nodes, petechiae, bruises, splinter hemorrhages or splenomegaly. The examiner may ask you, is your patient in heart failure or not? Then you need to see whether your patient have crepes in the chest or peripheral edema. Thank you so much.